My name is Bill Batson, and I'm the author and the artist of the Nyack Sketch Log. I'm fascinated with every building in the village where I live, and I'm curious about every soul that dwells within Nyack. Each life story, when fully examined, is a poem, a screenplay, or a song that's yet to be written, seen, or heard.
Bill Batson has completely changed the way we all see Nyack because he's given us an illustrated version of Nyack, complete with its history. And then he started producing these sketch logs, and he would show me these pictures, and he would say, "What do you think?" And they were amazing. They were spectacular. I actually have to show you, I am wearing Bill Batson. This is his Edward Hopper bicycle t-shirt for the Hopper House. I am carrying Bill Batson. This is the Nyack waterfront. He has this funny combination of doing these amazing illustrations of places we see every day, but giving them his own twist and providing a really in-depth, passionate history. It's pretty spectacular.
I'm Chris Burns. I am an artist in residence at the Hopper House, and I'm friends with Bill Batson. So I did a series of flash mobs and projections and readings and public theater, and all influenced by Edward Hopper. And during this time, Bill showed up one night and he started doing drawings of buildings and locations that I kind of had thought of as being Hopperesque. And then I wound up doing a projection later on one of the buildings that he drew. And I think that was kind of the beginning of him drawing again.
My first sketch log told the story of my family being forcibly removed from our home on Jackson Avenue by an urban renewal project in the 60s. The legacy of that dislocation still resonates in Nyack, where many families were displaced. Many of my columns seek to address the wounds that are inflicted by bad public policy, or to preserve buildings that have historic and cultural value, or to encourage people to pay closer attention to their surroundings. I believe that as we sharpen our powers of observation, we can become more aware of the needs of our community and more zealous in her defense. My family came to Nyack in the 1890s to work in the mansions that lined the shores of the Hudson. My great-grandfather was a deacon at St. Philip's Amy Zion Church, founded by abolitionist John Tout. My grandmother was a civic leader who spoke out against injustice at a time when the voices of women and black people were unwelcome.
Life elsewhere, he worked for famous politicians. He traveled all over the world. I think he met Mandela. I know he knew David Dinkins and Patterson. And he's returned home and given us this tremendous gift of illustrating the history as he remembers it, the history as it's reflected in the history books, and these beautiful drawings that go along with it.
When traveling, I always carry a sketch pad. Encountering new sights, smells, and sounds fuels my creative impulse. I've recorded Roman ruins, Himalayan Sherpas, and Kenyan tribal elders. Every morning for the 5 years I spent caring for my father, I created a watercolor portrait. I started the project on his 90th birthday on October 22nd, 2011. And on Sunday, October 21st, 2012, I completed my 366th painting. Of course, I had to pick a leap year. But there was something about the projection of an Edward Hopper painting on the side of a brick wall in Nyack that suddenly made the village I had known my whole life new again. Suddenly, every facade was as captivating as the most distant, exotic locale. Nyack's 1 square mile has generated 164 sketch logs, and I've gotten over 100,000 page views on Nyack News and Views where I publish. Each Tuesday morning, I put out a sketch and a short essay. I've been doing it for 3 years, and it feels like I've barely scratched the surface. There are so many stories to tell and so many things to show. I feel like I just got started.